Hello kids, I'm your Nandini ma'am. Today I'm going to read you a dialogue story named The Magic Groove. So let's get started. Vidit Prabha, a 12-year-old daughter of Agni Sharma, was out grazing their cattle. It was a hot day and she was tired. When her mother died 4 years ago, the burden of running the household had fallen on her. She had tried to solve the problem soon after her mother's death. Father, I find it difficult to run the household alone. Why don't you marry again? It's a good idea, Vidut Prabha. I'll do as you say. But Agni Sharma's second wife was lazy and shrieked wrong. And now that she has a daughter, my work has doubled. Anyway, I have only myself to blame. I wanted more leisure and lost even what little I had. Suddenly, who's that? Who's there? Psst, a snake! Don't be afraid, I will not harm you. Some snake charmers are after me. Please protect me. It may be a snake, but it is in trouble and needs my help, thought Vidit Prabha. Snake said, please hurry. They'll be here any minute. Don't worry, my friend. They won't get you. And she hid it in her lap. Have you seen a snake pass this way? No, sirs. Even if it had passed, I wouldn't know. I was fast asleep. She couldn't have seen it. If she had, she would have been terrified. Come on, let's not waste our time here. Oh, they have gone. You're safe. You can come out, said Vidut Prabha to the snake. What? There's no snake? Was it my imagination or was I dreaming? No, you were not, my brave girl. Your courage and kindness are amazing. You deserve a boon. Ask for it. It was a Deva. Oh, Deva, if you wish to grant me a boon, please create a shady groove over the heads of my cattle. They find the sun's rays unbearable. What an unselfish girl! She could have asked for money to lead an easy life. But if a groove for her little cattle, what she wants, she shall have it, thought the Deva. The next moment, wonder of wonders, a shady groove appeared above Vidut Prabha's head. It had trees laden with juicy fruit and fragrant flowers. Here you are. Whenever you are out of your house, the grove will shelter you. Never again will your cattle have to suffer the heat. And if ever you need me, you only have to think of me, and I'll be there. As soon as the Deva vanished, grazing the cattle would no longer be a tedious, tiring task. And after a day in this delightful, cool grove, my chores at home too will no longer be tiresome, thought Vidut Prabha. With these pleasant thoughts, she soon fell asleep. A minute later, the king of Patliputra came by with his roti. As soon as the king was made comfortable, his men began to wonder. Let's explore the grove. Disturbed by the intruders, the cattle began to run. Meanwhile, Vidyut Prabha woke with a start. How long have I been asleep? It's almost midday. Where are my cattle? Where did that girl come from? The soldiers asked themselves. Suddenly, hey, what's happening? It's that girl. She began to run and the grove is moving with her. The cattle that ran off when we approached must be hers. Stop her, quick! Ask her to come back. Tell her you'll find her cows. As soon as Vidyut Prabha returned, is she an Apsara? Whoever she is, her place is in a palace, certainly not among these cows. I agree, Your Majesty. These were the communications made between king and the soldiers. Then go to her and tell her that I want to make her my queen. Oh, wondrous maid, how king wishes to wed you. Are you willing? It would be more proper for you to speak to my father, sir. Who is your father? Where can I find him? We live in this first village that you see outside this grove. The minister had no trouble finding the house of Agni Sharma. "Sir, I come with the proposal for the hand of your daughter, who tends cows in the forest nearby." "For Vidyut Prabha? But who is it from?" "The king of Patliputra." "The king of Patliputra? I don't understand," said the Vidyut Prabha's father. When the minister told him all that had happened in the forest, "I am honored, sir. Please lead me to His Majesty." When they stood before the king, "Good sir, I wish to marry your daughter." "I am honored, your Majesty. This is not proper that my queen's father live in poverty. Henceforth the revenue of 12 villages shall be yours, and your daughter's new name will be Ramashobha." Sending the minister ahead to arrange a fit reception, the king left for Patliputra with Ramashobha and his retinue. At Patliputra, for the first time in her life, Ramashobha led a life of ease and comfort. Meanwhile, her stepmother was burning with envy at her good fortune. "I should never have let the girl go out to graze the cows." As the years passed, her anger grew. Besides, her own daughter was now ready for marriage. "My poor daughter, wasting your life here, while Ramashobha lives in royal comfort as the beloved queen of Patliputra. I wish she were dead." That's it. Why didn't I think of it earlier? If Ramashobha dies, the king might decide to marry her sister, my daughter. Just then Agni Sharma entered the room. "It's many years since Ramashobha left us, and we haven't sent her anything." "But she has all she needs. Have you forgotten that she is a queen?" "However rich our in-laws are, anything sent by her parents is always much dearer to a woman." "Perhaps you are right," said her father. "I'm going to make her favorite sweetmeat for her. There, no one will suspect that it's poisoned, least of that girl." She put it into a pot and took it to her husband. "Ask her not to share it with anyone. They make fun of our humble gift, maybe." Taking the pot, Agni Sharma set out for Patliputra. On the way, what a sultry day it is. I'll have to rest for a while. She was so tired that soon she fell asleep. Hearing his snores, a yaksh who was on that tree came out. "What does my sixth sense tell me? Ramashobha's stepmother wants to poison her? No, no, not when I am around. How do I prevent it? Like this. Out comes the poisoned sweet, and in goes this one. Oh, oh, just in time. Oh, I have been asleep a long while. I would better hurry and deliver this pot." He picked up the pot and continued walking. When he reached the palace, he was led before the king. "May your majesty ever propose." "Welcome, sir. What brings you here?" "My wife has sent this small gift for the queen, her daughter. After so many years, I wondered what it could be. Take this to the queen and have some ornaments and rich garments brought here." When they were brought, "These are for you and your family from the queen." "Thank you, your majesty. I didn't tell Ramashobha not to share the sweetmeat, but how could I? The king didn't even bring her into my presence." As soon as Agni Sharma left, the king walked into the Ramashobha's chamber. What an aroma! Ah, my queen, aren't you going to share that with me? How could I eat it without first offering it to you?" When Agni Sharma returned home, "Did you give it to her? Did she see her? Did you see her eat it?" "How could I? She's a queen. The pot was sent to her room." "Oh, well, she is sure to have eaten it all herself. I'll have to be patient and wait for the death of news for her." She waited in vain, and then one day, "Perhaps the poison was not deadly enough. I'll send her another sweet meat with a deadlier one." But the second time, too, the Yaksh foiled her evil plans by replacing the poisoned sweetmeat with a celestial one. When Agni Sharma returned home after this, visit to the palace. This time too, I did not see a Ramashobha, but I learned that she is expecting a baby. She will be dead before that happens. Nothing can save her, thought her mother. Months passed, but no news of the queen's death reached her. So she made yet another sweetmeat with the deadliest poison she knew of. Take this to the Aramashobha and bring her back with you. She must deliver her first child in her mother's home. If the king doesn't agree, force him to. I will try. As soon as Agni Sharma left, the stepmother sent for the village well digger. I want a well dug in my backyard. It should be deeper than any well in the village. Now, even if the poison fails, the well will not. Meanwhile, as before, the Yaksh was alert and the pot Agni Sharma gave to the king contained a harmless sweetmeat. Take it to the queen, ordered the king. Your Majesty, I would like to take Ramashobha home. Her first child must be born in her mother's home. Your Majesty, of course, must be aware of the custom. Impossible. I cannot let her go with you. If you don't send her, I'll give up my life right here. Your Majesty, let the queen go. The man is mad. If he carries out his threat, people will hold you responsible for his death. So the king reluctantly agreed, and Ramashobha set off with her father. At home, a few days after Ramashobha's son was born, she was out in the backyard with her stepmother. Mother, when was this well dug? It wasn't there when I left for Patliputra. I had specially dug it for you. It was done for your safety. You are a queen now. Envious villagers might poison your drinking water. How kind, how thoughtful of you, mother. The wicked stepmother had pushed Ramashobha into the well. But she'd forgotten one thing. Oh God, the groove too had disappeared. I hadn't thought of that. Meanwhile, oh Deva, save me, save me. The Deva heard her call. How did you fall into the well? My, my stepmother, she pushed me in the well. I'll slay her this minute and take you to the palace. No, no, please, please, I think of my father. All right, then I'll build a home for you in this world below this well, where you shall no want. Meanwhile, when the maids who had come with the minister to take Ramashobha home entered her chamber, they heard the stepmother wailing. Alas, my daughter, someone has cast an evil eye on your good fortune. Where is your beauty, your grace? What will the king say? Alas, alas, what's the matter, queen? Are you ill? Your face is blotted and your eyes are dull. I know I seem to be suffering from some strange disease which has done this to me. Later, as they were ready to set out for Patliputra, where is your groove, your majesty? Why doesn't it follow you? Oh, it has gone to the well to get water. It will soon follow. When they reached the palace at Patliputra, the king came out to receive them. Ah, what a beautiful child! Ah, but what's the matter with you, my beloved? It must be some internal disease or disorder, my lord. It happened soon after the prince was born. And where is your groove? Ah, it was getting watered at the well, so I left it behind. It'll come later on, don't worry. Strange. The grove never needed watering before. Is this a Ramashobha or an impostor? There seems to be some mischief afoot. Anyway, I'll wait and see, thought the king. Early next morning. My dear, your groove still hasn't come. Bring it back. I feel uneasy to see you out without it. Don't worry, my lord. It'll come in good time. She is not my queen. She's an impostor. Have I been duped? Then where is Ramashobha? Meanwhile, though safe and comfortable, Ramashobha was unhappy. Oh Deva, I long for my son. I want to hold him in my arms. All right, tonight I'll transport you to him, but you must return before sunrise. If you don't, uh, a dead snake will drop from your hair and I can never again come to your aid. I'll see that I fulfill that condition. That night, I'll take some flowers and fruits from my grave before I leave. When she reached the palace, oh, my son, my darling son, all too soon the hours flew past and it was time for her to depart. I'll come back tonight. Till then, farewell. The next morning, when the boys made awoke, what's this? Who could have left those fruits and flowers here? She immediately reported the matter to the king. And they exactly are the same that grew in the queen's grove. Ask the queen to see me in the prince's chamber later. How did these get here? How did they? Oh, I brought them for my son from my grave. Is that so? Then bring me some just now. Not now, my lord. I'll get them tonight. When the same thing happened the next morning, tomorrow night I shall keep watch. It's her, my beloved queen. She is safe. Oh, my darling, I have come. Poor Ramashobha, how sad she sounds, how much she must suffer. Will I ever be able to be with you all day? When it was almost sunrise, alas, I must leave you, my baby. No, you won't, Ramashobha, my lord. You, please let me go. Don't stop me now. I'll come back tonight and tell you all. No, Ramashobha, now that I have found you, I will not let you go. Please, my lord, if you don't, no, my queen, tonight is too far off. Tell me now, tell me all. Till you do, I won't let you go off your hand. What shall I do? If I begin to tell him all that happened, it won't finish before dawn. And if I don't, he won't leave me. I have no choice. So she began her tale, trying to tell it as fast as she could. And the Deva said, if I didn't return before sunrise, a dead snake would drop from my hair. Alas, it's happened. I am undone. I have lost my Deva. To whom will I turn now? And Ramashobha fainted. When she came to, take heart, my dear. You won't need the Deva anymore. Since I won't let you go out of my sight, no one can ever harm you again. As for your stepsister, she shall be severely beaten. No, my lord, spare her for my sake. She is my sister. All right, I will, but she shall be banished from the kingdom forever with her mother. Ramashobha and the king lived happily for many years, enjoying all the luxuries of life. When their son came of age, they crowned him king and joined the holy order of Acharya Veerbhadra.